Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. This time, we're going to tackle something a little different.
Different? How so?
Well, we're all familiar with the iconic Red Bull can, right?
Of course. Who isn't?
But have you ever stopped to think about the story behind it?
You mean like where the idea came from?
Exactly. We're going to uncover the surprising journey of Red Bull, from its humble origins to becoming a global empire.
Sounds intriguing. Where do we even begin to unravel a story like that?
Well, we've got this fascinating article titled, "The Story of How a Poor Farmer Built Red Bull."
A farmer, huh? That's not what I'd picture when I think of a global energy drink.
Right. It all starts with Dietrich Mateschitz, the mastermind behind Red Bull, who actually began his life on a struggling farm in Austria.
Wow, that's a far cry from the high-energy global brand we see today.
Oh, talk about a contrast. Imagine young Dietrich helping his parents out, rising before the sun even thinks about coming up to feed the animals, plow the fields.
It's a world away from sponsoring Formula One teams and extreme sports events.
Absolutely, yeah. But even back then, Dietrich had this burning ambition. He knew that farm life wasn't his path.
And that ambition led him to pursue education as his ticket to something bigger. He ended up graduating from the Vienna University of Economics and Business.
Not your average farmer's son. I mean, that decision to get a higher education really speaks volumes.
Oh, absolutely. It shows real drive, a hunger for something more than what was laid out for him.
And that hunger eventually took him all the way to Thailand in 1982 for a marketing job.
Thailand! Now, how does Thailand fit into all of this?
Well, that's where things get interesting. It's there that he encountered this local drink called, get this, Krating Dang.
Krating Dang.
Yeah, it was this tonic, really popular with laborers and truck drivers, basically a syrupy energy drink. But Dietrich was struck by how effective it was.
Effective? In what way?
Well, especially in combating jet lag, which he was obviously experiencing after traveling to Thailand.
Makes sense. So he saw potential in this Krating Dang, something that others might have just dismissed.
Exactly. He recognized an opportunity to adapt this local niche product for a global audience.
Which was pretty revolutionary back then, considering that energy drinks as a concept were practically unheard of in the West.
Right. I mean, nobody was really doing that sort of thing.
So what did he do next? Did he just start bottling Krating Dang and shipping it overseas?
Not quite. That's where the partnership with Chaleo Uvikia comes in.
Chaleo Uvikia.
He was the creator of Krating Dang. They teamed up, and the venture was split pretty evenly, 49-49, with the tiny 2% going to Chaleo's son.
So a true partnership. But who was the driving force behind turning this into a global brand?
That was all Dietrich. He had this vision, to transform this Titanic into a premium, globally recognized brand.
But how do you make a syrupy drink popular with Westerners? It seems like there'd be a bit of a culture clash there.
Yeah, they had to adapt the formula, tone down the sweetness, add some carbonation, that kind of thing.
So it was about finding that balance, keeping the core concept of Krating Dang while also making it palatable for a whole new market.
Exactly. It reminds me of how McDonald's tweaks their menus, depending on the country.
Oh yeah, like the McArabia in the Middle East. Adapting to local tastes is a crucial part of going global, for sure.
Absolutely. And that's how Red Bull was born. But launching a new product, especially one as unique as an energy drink back in 1987, must have been crazy challenging.
I can imagine. People probably weren't too keen on paying a premium price for a small can of some unfamiliar drink.
Totally. It was a bold move, going up against the giants of the beverage industry at that time. So how did Dietrich crack the code? What was his secret weapon?
Well, let's just say he had a knack for marketing. He knew that Red Bull wasn't just about selling a drink, it was about selling an experience, a whole attitude. And that's where things really took off. It wasn't just about regular advertising, though.
Right, they had to do something different.
They embraced something called guerrilla marketing.
I've heard of that, but remind me.
Surprising and engaging consumers in unexpected ways, often in public spaces.
Oh, I get it, like those Red Bull cars with the giant inflatable cans I've seen driving around.
Exactly, or think about teams handing out free samples at universities and sporting events.
Creating that buzz and excitement on the ground level.
Precisely.
And they went even further, sponsoring those adrenaline-pumping events.
Extreme sports competitions, yeah.
Even creating their own sports teams.
Like Red Bull Racing and Formula One.
Such a bold move, but it paid off big time, solidifying their image as this high-performance, cutting-edge brand.
It's not just a drink anymore, right? It's like a whole universe.
An experience, a community, a way of life.
And they expanded that universe even further into media.
They've got their own media house.
Producing documentaries, TV shows, online content.
I've seen some of their documentaries, super interesting stuff, often about extreme athletes, adventurers, pushing the limits.
It's all part of their content strategy.
Reinforcing those brand values.
Not just selling a product, but telling stories that resonate.
It's like they're curating a whole lifestyle, a worldview you can buy into.
You drink Red Bull, wear Red Bull gear, watch Red Bull content.
Total immersion.
And they've kept that momentum going even as they've expanded globally.
The article mentioned how they adapted their marketing to different cultures, like China, for example.
Partnering with popular celebrities for endorsements, yeah.
And in Europe, they focused on sponsoring those extreme sports events, really resonated with the younger crowd there.
Recognizing those cultural differences, crucial to their global success.
It's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Definitely not.
This whole story is making me realize just how powerful branding and marketing can be.
It's not just about the product itself.
It's the story you tell, the emotional connection you build.
Red Bull's success comes from that aspirational lifestyle they've built up.
People want to be a part of that Red Bull image.
Yeah.
You know, the energy, the adventure, pushing the limits.
They've tapped into something deeper than just a need for a quick energy boost.
It's that sense of belonging to a tribe that shares your values.
Incredibly powerful stuff.
When you connect with consumers on that emotional level, you create real loyalty.
Goes beyond just liking the product itself.
So what can we learn from Dietrich Mateschitz's journey?
I mean, obviously not all of us are going to build billion-dollar empires.
True, but there's got to be some takeaways here.
For our own lives and careers.
Right, like what can we apply from all this?
Well, first off, having a vision is crucial.
A clear sense of what you want.
Dietrich truly believed in Red Bull's potential even when nobody else did.
He saw a future that wasn't even there yet.
And then you've got to take action, got to pursue that vision relentlessly.
So it's not just dreaming about it.
Dietrich didn't just sit around. He made it happen through hard work and pure determination.
So having the courage to take risks, I guess.
Stepping outside that comfort zone, challenging the status quo.
He didn't play it safe. He embraced the unknown, took a chance on this foreign drink, and look what happened.
That entrepreneurial spirit, that's key for anyone who really wants to make an impact.
And it's not just about the hustle, is it?
You also have to understand your audience.
Create something that really resonates with them.
Exactly. Red Bull wasn't just selling a drink. They were selling a lifestyle and attitude.
Filling a void in the market with something more than just a product.
Creating a story, an experience, a community.
Something people can connect with on a deeper level.
It's like they created a movement, a tribe.
All centered around these shared values.
And that's something we can all learn from, whether we're entrepreneurs or artists or just people who want to make our mark on the world.
Find that thing that makes you come alive and share it with everyone.
In a way that truly connects with others.
Tap into that passion. Create something that inspires and resonates.
You got it.
That's what makes the Red Bull story so compelling.
It's a testament to the power of vision action and human connection.
It's amazing to see how this simple idea, born on a farm in Austria, inspired by a drink in Thailand, became this global phenomenon.
And the crazy part is they haven't just sat back and watched.
Right. They're always innovating, always coming out with new stuff.
Expanding that product line, venturing into new territory.
They've got the sugar-free options now, different flavors, even a whole line of organic sodas.
Smart strategy, right. Appealing to a wider audience while still keeping that core identity.
And speaking of global reach, some of the numbers in this article just blew my mind.
Yeah, like over 9 billion cans sold every year in over 170 countries.
It's incredible. I mean, from a local tonic to a global empire.
Really shows what can happen with vision, innovation, and a lot of hard work.
It all goes back to Dietrich Mateschitz and his belief in this drink, his ability to see something that nobody else could.
He wasn't afraid to go against the grain, push those boundaries, create something totally unique.
His legacy is huge, goes way beyond just drinks.
A true inspiration to entrepreneurs and really anyone who dares to dream big.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He showed us that a simple idea can be transformed into something extraordinary.
Something that connects with people all over the world.
It's about having that entrepreneurial spirit, right?
That willingness to take risks, think outside the box.
Create something meaningful.
Find that thing that lights you up and share it with everyone.
Make a difference, inspire others to do the same.
Well said. So as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of Red Bull, I want to leave you with a question.
All right, hit me.
Beyond energy drinks, what other products or services have created that kind of culture, a lifestyle around them?
It's a good question. What brands have captured your imagination, made you feel like you're part of something bigger?
We'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah, share your ideas, keep the conversation going online. We love hearing from you all.
Absolutely.
And thanks so much for joining us on this wild ride, exploring Red Bull's journey.
It's been fun.
We hope you learned something new, maybe even got a little inspiration from Dietrich Mateschitz's story. Until next time, keep exploring, keep dreaming big, and as always, thanks for diving deep with us.